Well, thanks for being with me today. I'm Dr. Shetland, and we're going to talk about thoughts, traumas, and toxins, the 3 T's. And in chiropractic, these are pretty foundational because these are the 3 things that actually end up affecting us the most, detouring us from optimal health and longevity, creating us to age prematurely, grow older with suffering with aches and pains. The 3 T's, big deals, because these are what cause subluxations. I know that's a weird word a lot of people aren't familiar with, but it's pretty foundational in chiropractic. And for those of you who don't know, chiropractors or doctors of chiropractic are trained as neurologists. We just use natural means instead of drugs or surgery to help us help your body help itself naturally. A couple of other key things I want you to understand when it comes to helping people heal or obtain their better health. You're the miracle. You're the one that does the healing. Doctors don't heal you. Drugs don't heal you. We don't cure you of anything. The real miracle is within yourselves. So we will either remove nerve interference by removing subluxations, that's the chiropractic job, and to help coach you in life healthy habits like better nutrition, better sleep, better handling your stress, these kind of things. That's why the term doctor, it's a Latin for teacher, educator, and we take it very seriously here in our office to educate and empower our patients to be healthier naturally, not just become dependent on some sort of outside-in source of palliating the symptoms like a drug or something. So, pretty important stuff. Foundationally, you need to understand, you at conception, pretty miraculous day when you were conceived, 2 cells met and merged to form one perfect cell, and as they grew and split into 2, 4, 8, 16 to make up the trillions of cells that make up your body today, those were all living cells and they had no identity, called stem cells. And stem cell research is pretty fascinating. We can deep dive into that later, but we won't do that today. But as you grew and developed, another miracle happened about 3 weeks in where we call it innate intelligence, where this switch flips in your body that just says, hey, we need to control and coordinate everything. We've been a big ball of cells with no identity, but we need to make some eyeballs, kidneys, muscles, bones, the nervous system. There are 11 systems in your body, 11 systems. 10 of the systems are controlled by the master system, the nervous system. And right here, 3 weeks in, the very first system to develop was your nervous system. And it branched out and controlled and coordinated, plugged into every living cell in your body, and even to this day, as you grew and developed. So now, you've got the primitive streak where you can see the head taking shape, and this primitive streak or fundamental nervous system branched out to every living cell, organ, tissue, and gland in your body. And as you grew and developed, every living cell has had nerve innervation ever since this day. Now, there are dead cells in our body. For example, your stomach lining. Every 5 days you have a new stomach lining because it's such an acidic environment. It's got to churn and burn. Every 90 days we have a new skeletal system, which is why it takes 8 or 9 weeks for a bone to heal. Every 6 weeks we have a new liver because people are like, thank goodness, because they're hitting those toxins, really giving that liver a workout, your detox organ. Every 7 years there isn't a single cell in our body that we had 7 years ago. So we got to ask ourselves, well then why do we have the aches and pains and suffer from the ailments that we have through life? That's what we're talking about with the 3 T's. As we grew and developed, our nervous system controls everything. Your brain houses the blueprints which controls and coordinates every function inside your body. Your spinal cord branches out of your spine and controls and coordinates every function of your body. I call it the blueprint. So you can call it whatever you want, but that nerve flow, that innate intelligence that flows through those nerves, very, very important for our optimal health and well-being. Also important is what we put into our body, whether it's toxic stuff that's making us sick or getting the right nutritional building blocks in. So now we've got blueprints and building blocks so that we can heal from the inside out by keeping that nerve flow flowing from above down, inside out, because there is no other way, folks. All healing happens from above down, inside out in our body. And it needs good nutrition in and keeping the toxins out to help that work at its best. Sadly, all disease happens from above down, inside out. We have to have good communication here, and people underestimate the power of our nervous system. That's where we're always thinking, oh, I've got an ache or pain, so I must do some sort of outside-in cream or medication or something to palliate those symptoms rather than really helping our body help itself to heal properly. Did you guys know that as your body developed, it's always been designed to function at 100%. But we deviate from that when we have an infection or something. And this is what's crazy is viruses and bacteria, even cancer, they're opportunistic. They take hold when our immune system is compromised or lowered, which happens due to subluxations, where we don't have proper nerve flow, so our immune system is compromised. Now they can take hold and we get sick. We can't get somebody sick. We can't give somebody a sickness. Their immune system has to be compromised where they are a reciprocal of that opportunistic virus or bacteria. Now, if we're in a room all together and we did a swab of our throats and one of us had strep throat, all of us would have strep throat. But that doesn't mean, because we have the Streptococcus bacteria in our throat, that we're going to develop the sickness, the symptoms, the illness, the problems. If our immune system is up, we may not get sick while 1 or 2 people do get sick. Does that make sense? They're opportunistic. So we can't just give it to somebody, even though we're exposed to something. We're designed to function 100%. Pretty amazing. This innate intelligence, this God-given intelligence that flows through our body to control and coordinate everything. Well, subluxations, those misalignments in the spine, which we get from poor sleeping posture, sitting at a computer desk, slips, falls, car accidents, you name it, just life on planet Earth with gravity can cause subluxations. We can't always feel a subluxation. For those of you that are already patients, we've talked about this on day 2. Do you guys remember how much a nerve has to be pinched before we feel pain? Yeah, 80%. We don't feel, if we're not pinched 80% from those nerves branching out of our spine, we will not feel a neck pain, back pain, headache, achy tummy, that kind of stuff. 70% go into our stomach, no pain. But day after day, month after month, year after year, maybe we start to develop digestive problems, indigestion, acid reflux, something like that. And we think, oh, I need antacids. We're treating from the outside in rather than helping our brain and body communicate like it should to help free up our body's natural ability to stay functioning at 100% if we just get out of its own way. So I love this poster because it helps share this idea that we are taught in our disease care system, our reactive system, to treat or chase symptoms rather than to be proactive and help eat better, exercise, get better sleep, keep your spine aligned and get adjusted, doing stretching and exercising. All of these work together. This little gal says, hey, I've got a cavity, but I feel great. Well, when does a cavity hurt? When it's already eaten through the tooth and is hitting the nerve. It takes 9 months to a year. So here we are chasing the pain or a symptom of a cavity. Is it more cost effective, and are there things we can do to prevent cavities? Absolutely. So why don't we do those? Proactive and wellness care is much more cost effective than reactive disease care, hands down. So this gal says, hey, I've got breast cancer, but I feel great. When does breast cancer hurt? Yeah, when we're in stage 4. It's crisis management now. We don't want to get in the habit of chasing symptoms and pain, reactively trying to stay healthy. That's expensive. That's disease care. And it's oftentimes too late. Where there are a lot of things we can do that we talk about in our deep dive dinner class or in some other videos online to help prevent diseases, help prevent infection, bacterial or viral, help prevent cancer. A lot of things we can do for that. This guy says, hey, I'm about to have a heart attack, but I feel great. When does a heart attack hurt? Right, when we're having one. It wasn't where we were healthy yesterday and today we had a heart attack. We just didn't have any symptoms yesterday, and today we had a heart attack. So 50% of the time, the first sign of a heart attack is death. We don't want to wait till that line in the sand to start doing something about our health. We want to be proactive, not reactive. Now there are things we can do, nutritionally, etc., to help prevent heart disease and heart attacks. It's definitely directly related to keeping our nerve flow and our immune system and our digestion system, everything working at its best. Getting the right nutrition in, keeping the toxins out, exercising, dealing with our stress so we're getting good rest and avoiding stress. This gentleman says, hey, look, I've got a subluxation, a pinched nerve in my low back, controlling the nerves that branch to my lower digestive organs, motor sensory down my legs, my reproductive organs. I can't feel that subluxation. It's pinched less than 80%, folks. But 10 years from now, I'm going to have colitis or reproductive problems or some other disease or ailments pop up because it's left undetected and untreated for so long. So I just want to help flip some switches in your brain tonight to think more proactively, to define things appropriately. We use misnomenclature in this country a lot, calling things one thing when there's something else, like healthcare and health insurance. When you talk to, or if I could quote Dr. Patrick Gentempo, he says, when we take disease care and we label it health care and we sell it to a nation, we can't help but have a sick nation. Please call a spade a spade. Disease care, crisis care, that's what it is. It's reactive. It's expensive. Sometimes there's not a lot of hope in that system. But healthcare, being proactive, doing the right actions in advance, is full of hope, full of excitement. It's a much more exciting way to live and a lot less expensive. So what I love about chiropractic is I know that we are healthcare providers. And I'm not putting down parts of our American medical system. I actually am really grateful we live in a day and age with the medicines that we do have. We just need to not neglect them. We need to be careful and really calculated on how we use those. I'm really grateful for the trauma care we have in this country. We, hands down, have the best trauma care on the planet. I mean, you get in a car accident or you need life flight from a skiing accident or something, unsurpassed. It's amazing. But when we label disease care, health care, and we sell it to a nation, we can't help but be a sick nation. We can't function at our best. And it's expensive. America spends 21% of its gross national income on disease care. The next country out of the top 37 that we monitor, and we rank 37th, by the way. There are third world countries that have better birth rates and other health statistics way above us that spend the most on disease care and crisis care. The next country after the US is 8%, and the average country spends 4%, only 4% on health and disease care. They label it different than what we do. So I just want to sum up that for optimal health, affordably for yourself, for your family, help your kids grow up healthy, and just so you know, most of our adult ailments start in our youth. Why do we leave our kids at home to grow up to develop the same health challenges that we're dealing with? We love seeing families and helping keep them healthy together and aging gracefully together. So what we want to do is help with those 3 T's: thoughts, traumas, and toxins. We've got to make sure that we have good, healthy, positive thoughts. And that takes exercise, so exercising our brain the right way rather than just giving in to the negative thoughts every day, that we're just naturally wake up and start having negative thoughts through the day. We want to have gratitude, express gratitude in the morning and the evening. Traumas. If we have a trauma, like a sports injury or a car accident, we don't want to just brush it under the rug and, oh, I'll take care of it later, I'm too busy, or it doesn't hurt, I'm okay. We don't understand sometimes the injuries that we have below that 80% threshold that are going to lead to degenerative problems in the years and decades to follow if we don't intervene and help with the proper rehab at that time. So we don't want to delay rehab or fixing a problem after an injury. You want to get on that right away with your sports injuries, auto accidents, slips, falls, that kind of stuff. We've got to get the right nutrition in. Keep the toxins out. Toxins are things that we put into our body that we can't properly break down without side effects. So I got to say, drugs, if we're taking them regularly, and most Americans are taking multiple prescription drugs, they have an effect and a side effect because they're titrated down to be so potent they cause an instant effect or a very quick effect. But because we can't break them down naturally, we end up with side effects. Where there are natural things we can do to help our health and well-being with proper nutrition, essential oils, different things like that, that we get an effect, though it may be slower, but without the side effects. And so we've got to choose how we're going to best operate this body that we're living in. I know it doesn't come with an owner's manual. We got to educate ourselves, and we've got to avoid marketing education to sell a pill, potion, or product, or food, or snack, and we've got to really make sure we make healthy decisions of what we put into our body. Nutrition-wise, we want to get the good nutritional building blocks in. Got to have the good blueprints. We talked about that, above, down, inside, out communication. Good building blocks. Get the nutrition in that your body has what it needs to build healthy cells to replace those dying off cells. Remember, we're all growing or making 300 billion new cells every day to replace dying off cells in our body. But if we're making unhealthy cells because we don't have good blueprints or we don't have good building blocks that we're consuming, we're going to have unhealthy cells replacing off those dying off cells, and we stay stuck in that rut of being unhealthy. So it takes time to heal. Your body needs the right stuff, and it needs time. And we see some pretty miraculous stuff in our office over the course of a month is usually the soonest we'll see some really good lasting benefit. But sometimes it takes 90 days or a year for somebody to really make those lifestyle changes, really fire up that nervous system, really get the nutrition in long enough, start getting the habits of getting the toxins out, getting good sleep, good REM sleep, dealing with their stress better. And oh my gosh, within 90 days to a year, they're a whole new version of themselves or their family. We see their families just elevate in their health and well-being. It's so exciting to see these kind of changes in our community. So I just want to express to you my gratitude for your time here today, and just understand, please help us share with our community the power of optimal health through living subluxation free and getting the right nutrition in, and being in a good, positive environment. I mean, a real healthcare environment, by coming in and getting your nervous system fired up and being around positive people and other positive people in our community to really make life changes that last, that are exciting, that are positive and fun to see. So I would really encourage you to help us help others by introducing them to our class, or our awesome office team, or the doctors that work here at South Jordan Chiropractic. We want to be a part of your healthcare team, not a part of your disease care team. Though I'm grateful we've got trauma care and stuff out there, but we want to help you focus on health and longevity. I'm Dr. Shetland. Thanks for joining me.